Feeling stuck? Here are the best AI tools for YouTube content creators. As a small YouTuber myself, I know the struggle of limited resources. These AI tools are affordable and powerful, perfect for creators like us. After testing tons of AI tools over the past year, I narrowed it down to the very best options for YouTube creators. In fact, I'll show you the secret AI tools that I personally use when it comes to creating YouTube videos. Not only will I show you them, but I'll go over how I actually use them in my personal workflow. Here are the best AI tools for YouTube content creators. First up is coming up with content ideas. That's the first step. And when it comes to endless content ideas, I like to use VIDIQ's AI coach. Here's why. VIDIQ gathers the information straight from your YouTube channel. You can then prompt it just like you would ChatGPT. However, instead of pulling all of the data from its trained model, it'll focus strictly on your YouTube channel's data. So you'll be able to ask it questions like, based on my channel, what video ideas do you have for me? It'll then spit out many different content ideas that you can roll with. And I get it, VIDIQ isn't free, but I have a free alternative, and yep, it's ChatGPT. However, if you want to keep it free, just use Claude. But how is ChatGPT or Claude going to get our channel's data? Don't worry, I'll show you a clever trick. Are you ready? Head over to your YouTube studio and click on Analytics. Now click on Advanced Mode. It'll pop up a screen like this. Yes, what you see here is a download icon. You can download your current YouTube data or whatever data you see on your screen. So if I click on geography, I can download that data. If I click on viewer's age, I can also download that data. But let's go back to content. Download that however you want, CSV or Google Sheet. Me, personally, I do Google Sheets. If you selected Google Sheets, it'll pop open a new tab with the Google Sheet and the data you need. If you selected CSV, you'll end up with a zip file, which will have multiple separated CSV files which you'll have to sort through. This is why I use Google Sheets. Now from Google Sheets, select File, Download, then PDF. Save it and upload it to ChatGPT. Or if you're starting out and don't want to spend the money on ChatGPT, you can use Claude as a free alternative. Now, you can give it the same prompt as you would VIDIQ, or you can get more specific with your prompt, such as recommend me 10 new content ideas based on my top performing content. Full disclosure, this was just an example prompt. You'll definitely want to prompt it better, but I won't go into details in this video on how to prompt because I still got a lot more AI tools to cover. Like, are there AI tools that can improve my video editing speed and quality? Why, yes. And for this, I like to use Pictory. I know what you might be thinking, Pictory, what? Yeah, Pictory. Now, I am an affiliate and I do promote it inside of my link tree. However, I never covered it on my channel on how I exactly use it. Now, there is a reason why I use Pictory over InVideo AI, but I'll save that for another video. Let me explain how I personally use Pictory to grow my other YouTube channels. You see, one of the things that slowed me down when it came to video editing was trying to find B-roll footage to match and sync over my voiceovers. Pictory does this automatically. However, I don't fully rely on what Pictory produces because honestly, a lot of times it'll pick out some funky B-roll that doesn't even visually represent what I'm talking about. But on the clips that do match, that just saved me a ton of time picking and choosing these clips. Even if it gets 50 to 70% of this correct, that's 50 to 70% less work I have to do as an editor. Now, here's how I use it. I enter a script into Pictory, then I have it produce a video for me. I'll extract it, import it into CapCut, then I'll select this magical feature here, split scene. Oh boy, I bet the light bulb went off in your head now. I'm giving away too many secrets that nobody else shares. Oh my goodness. Anyways, you see where I'm going with this? Pictory automatic B-roll selection, split scenes inside of CapCut. If not, let me show you an example. Import your video from Pictory into CapCut, right click and select split scene. Okay, you get the point. It saves a lot of time. So we got video ideas covered. We got a little faster at editing because now we don't need to waste so much time trying to select the perfect B-roll. But what about voiceovers? Well, it's no secret 11 labs for the best text to speech. And if you followed previously, you'd notice
I used this AI voice instead of using one from 11 Labs.
Why? Well, because at the time it was free. It wasn't the most realistic voice, but it was absolutely free. And at the time, no one was really using or talking about it. You might be thinking, did you switch to using your real voice because of that? Well, it's partly the reason, but not the whole story. But since I don't use it anymore, I might as well tell you what it is. Clipchamp. Yep, GarageBand. You know, that crappy Microsoft video editor. That is it. It produces 100% free to use text-to-speech AI voices. You're welcome. Like I said, not the best, but it works. In fact, I used this voice from the start of my channel all the way up until I got monetized. Yep, I grew and monetized my entire channel off of that AI voice. I only switched to my real voice about a month after I got monetized, so I'm living proof that you can monetize an entire YouTube channel using AI tools. But I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of human editing involved, from writing the scripts to editing the video, piecing together everything, a lot of editing. And only someone who actually edits videos will appreciate and understand the amount of work that was put in. AI helped speed things up, but it didn't do everything. And that is where we need to draw the line between producing crappy full AI videos versus actually putting thought and effort and working side by side with AI as a tool. When it comes to script writing, I suck. So you think I'd use ChatGPT to write them for me, right? Well, I do, sorta. Let me explain. I write as if I'm having a conversation with you guys, but sometimes I word things a certain way, and I'm not sure if it was said properly because English is not my primary language. Broken English is. So what I do is use Grammarly to help me identify spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes. Then I'd ask ChatGPT to rewrite this sentence or paragraph for me in a more engaging and conversational way. And that is how I use ChatGPT to help me fix some parts of my script. Like I said, using AI as a tool, working side by side with it. And so we covered content ideas, speeding up video editing with Pictory and CapCut, voiceovers with text-to-speech. However, what if you don't want to use AI voice? Well, I can chime in on that too. One of my biggest struggles with switching over from AI voice to my real voice was recording conditions. Part of me using AI voice was due to the fact that at first I just didn't like the sound of my voice, but I don't think anybody does. The second was having a noisy house. Dogs barking, kids playing, it can get noisy. And when I started using my real voice, I'd wait till optimal recording times for me to voice over my script, which kind of held me back a bit. However, we got an AI tool for that too, and it's podcast.adobe.com. I can't tell you how much I love this AI tool. I can record with the fan on, my dog barking, and run it through Adobe Podcast and come out with some decent quality voiceover audio. I promise, if it wasn't for this, I'd honestly still be using AI voice.
But I'd probably be using my personal clone voice, even though it doesn't sound like me. At least to me it doesn't, and part of that comes with me having an accent.
That's one thing AI voice hasn't perfected yet: human emotion and accents. Thank you, accents. You'll never clone me, AI. You'll never clone me. Okay, so we got our content ideas, we sped up our editing, I showed you how to use ChatGPT to help with scripting, and we covered the voices. That is practically everything for a faceless YouTube channel using AI tools. But wait, what about thumbnails? Well, of course, we got an AI for that. My personal favorite is Stable Diffusion. However, a lot of people like to use DALL-E 3 or Midjourney. In my last video, I showed you how to do thumbnails with ideogram. Either way, they work the same. They generate images based on a text prompt. So let me show you how I use AI generated art for my thumbnails. And it's not as automated as you think, because most of the time, honestly, I just use Photoshop. But again, now and then I'll fire up Stable Diffusion to either create a model's face or create a background for me. But hey, sometimes even leaving the whole thumbnail process in the hands of AI can work too. Click on the Linktree link inside of my description or pinned comment and find the Leonardo AI link. Click on that to go to Leonardo AI. From here, click on the image generation. For the sake of this tutorial, I'll just leave the number of images to 1. The main thing here is setting our aspect ratio to 16:9 for YouTube thumbnails. It's located under Advanced Controls. As for the fine-tuned models, select any model you want. For this tutorial, I will use the default Leonardo Diffusion XL. I'll leave everything else at default and I'll enter a simple prompt. The better you prompt it, the better the results. There we go. That didn't take too long. Now, scroll over your image and click on Remove Background. It'll take some time, so let it do its thing. Now, click on the image and you'll have a drop down here. Download both the original image and the image with the background removed. It'll pop up a save box, which you can't see on my screen because it popped up on my second monitor. Anyways, save both images. the original and the one with the background removed. Once you have two images, I personally use Adobe Photoshop, but for the sake of this tutorial and to keep things more on the free side for you guys, let's use photopia.com or photopia.com, however you want to call it. Here, you can easily drag and drop your original image from Leonardo AI image generator to open it in a new document. Next, drag and drop the image with the background removed here. As you can see, the bottom layer is our original image, and if we hide it, only the top layer will be visible. You know, the one with the background removed. Now we can easily add text or images in between the two layers, giving the illusion of depth. Keep in mind, I'm not taking my time on this thumbnail as it's just a tutorial to show you guys a simple workflow. So I'll add text like this, AI YouTube thumbnail. Enlarge it and position your text. Here, I move the text layer behind the image with the background removed. I'm just testing things here to see how things look. I wasn't really feeling part of the text behind the guy, so I moved the text layer back to the front. I'll add a YouTube play button to make it pop. Then I'll adjust the dimensions and place the button slightly behind the guy. By moving the play button layer below the image of the guy with the background removed, here I double clicked on the play button layer to bring up the layer styling settings. What I'm doing is adding an outer glow and adjusting the outer glow settings to visually make the thumbnail pop more. Next, I do the same for the text layer. Double click on the text layer to bring up the text layer style properties. With the text layer, I add an outer glow and a color overlay to change the color of the text from black to red to match the red YouTube play button. I then add a bevel and emboss, contour, and inner shadow and inner glow. When I'm satisfied with the settings, click OK. Reposition the text, and now I'm going to select the original image, aka the background image, and add a Gaussian blur by going to filter at the top and selecting blur, then Gaussian blur. I like to use Gaussian blur for backgrounds. Adjust the radius to what looks visually appealing to you. For this image, 13 looked good to me. Next, I select the image of the guy with the background removed and click on filter, then camera raw. We are going to adjust the exposure and contrast to make him pop more. Next, I add a smart sharpen effect and adjust the settings to what looks visually appealing to me. Then I add a sharpen edge effect. And finally, to make it pop slightly more, I add an outer glow effect to the guy. It wasn't something I planned out, just wanted to do a quick thumbnail for you guys to showcase how you can use free tools like Leonardo AI and Photopia to create decent thumbnails. However, this thumbnail, it was made with AI, and all I did was touch it up a bit and add some clouds with my text, and boom, we got ourselves a thumbnail. Now, there are more AI tools that will help YouTube creators like this AI video generator, so be sure to watch this video where you'll be able to generate tons of AI generated B-roll for absolutely free. And I know Sora is coming out, but in the meantime, this AI video generator is available to use right now. If you found value, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. AI Controversy, signing off.